Hello, my friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're coming from. My name is Richard N, and today I've come to tell you that if you've always had the issue of making data entry from Google Form to Google Sheets and then starting to email your leads one by one using your Gmail and all of that, trying to pass a message, today we're going to use a very powerful tool known as Make.com to help us to automate all this. What this means is that if you have a product and people come to order this product, with Make.com, you can actually create a powerful automation that can collect these people's response from your Google form and then update your Google Sheets. And then with that, it's going to connect to your email address and then send these customers an email thanking them for ordering your product. The list goes on. The truth is that the things you can do with Make.com, the list is so much you cannot exhaust it. So, but before that, I'd like to make us understand a little bit of things about Make.com. So, I'm going to open my slide now. So, Make.com is an automation platform owned by Integromat, and you know, it allows you to connect various applications and services to automate workflows and tasks. So today we're going to be doing one task and we're going to be using workflow to achieve this. This is all going to be automated. And now, one thing you are going to know again is that Make.com is actually a visual platform, which means that you get to see what you are designing, and even as you do this, you don't need to drag, you don't need to know how to code or anything. It's a no code platform. You just have to know the basics and follow it correctly. And with this video today from Fast Video Tutorials, you're going to learn how to do this in no time. So now, Make.com actually has become one of the best tools for businesses as it helps to streamline processes, integrate data between different platforms, and automate boring tasks that tend to be a bit repetitive. So if you are that person that loves to be fast, you love to be swift, you love to be very, very accurate in your doings, in your processes, I think Make.com is one platform you need to learn, and this tutorial can teach you how to start from the beginning. So now we have been given this task, and the task is to create a Make.com automation that can create a role on Google Sheets whenever an order is received for our products, and then it also has to send an email to the buyer and then thanking them for ordering our service. And also, this automation you're going to create is going to also update the Slack channel, telling them or whoever is watching there about a new order and so on and so forth. So today we're going to start this. Now, how do we achieve this on Make.com? In order for us to achieve this automation on Make.com, we are going to need to take these 6 steps. First is we're going to need to create a Google account, and then we're going to create a Google form in this account. Then I believe everybody already have a Google account, so maybe we might need to skip that part where we need to create a Google account. So we just go straight to creating a Google form. And then second of all is that we're going to create a connection between you know Make.com and Google accounts. That is where the form is located, right? And then we're going to connect to our Google Sheets. And then the fourth step we're going to take here is to connect an email automation. This will require us to actually connect an email account to Make.com. And then we're also going to need to create an automated message from this email that we are adding here. And then the last is that we are going to need to create a Slack channel and then create an automation that can update the Slack channel. So this is what we're going to do today, and I promise that if you stay to the end of the class or to the end of this tutorial, you are going to understand how to do this, even if you've never heard about automation, even if you've never heard about Make.com before. Just follow us and ensure that you subscribe and share this video with your friends. Recommend this channel to your friends and help them to understand how this works, because automation is a new oil, is the next big paying stuff in the world today. So let us go back to Make.com now and start our journey. So for a start, I want to go to make.com and I want to create an account. Okay, so the site is going to be make.com. Okay, so this is make.com, and the first step I want to take is to create an account here. So I'm going to click on get started. Okay, as it's getting started, I need to go and sign up with my Google account. So I'm going to click on this one. Now I need to select the account that I wish to use, and I'm going to use this one using my Google account, and I'm going to click on continue. Okay, now we have specified our account, and then the next thing is to click on sign up for free. Yes, when you sign up for free on make.com, you actually are allowed to perform up to 1,000 automations for free. And today we're going to be seeing how this can be done. So this is just some preliminary questions that you need to answer. It's asking how we heard about them and all of that. So me, I'm going to say LinkedIn, whatever. Then my experience, I think I have no experience with this. And then my sense of how big my company is. I'm going to say just 11 to 50. And then it's asking what describes my role. As far as I'm concerned, I think I'm going to go with the project manager, or I'm going to go with development engineering. So I'm going to take this one. And then what is my role? I will say MD, right? I'm going to click on continue. Now it's asking me which of these popular apps are you planning on using. So I'm going to use Google Sheet. I'm going to use maybe Mail. I'm going to use Telegram. I like all this kind of stuff. Then I also might want to use something else, so on and so forth. So, but I can't find out here right now. So let me also, it said type other forms you're willing to use. So I'm going to say Google what? Google form. Okay. I'm going to click on continue now. Okay. So it's saying what's my goal? I just want to get started, and that's it. So you say thanks for sharing. Now we are now getting into our make.com account. Okay, so this is our make.com account now, and this is where the magic is going to begin. I'm going to be as detailed as possible so that you can actually understand what we're doing here. So this is my organizational dashboard. You can see that I have nothing here. I haven't done anything here before, and make.com actually works in form of scenarios. Okay, so if you want to work on anything, you might need to come to these scenarios here. But before then, we also have what they call templates. So the templates are already existing, pre-configured stuff that you just need to like drag and drop and then do few things, and you can then continue. But for me, I love working with my things. I love hands-on, so I can do my thing and know how they operate. So I'm going to come back to my scenarios here, and I'm going to click on new scenario. See, now I'm now in a new scenario, and it's asking me if I want to use template. I don't want this. I want to use a build from scratch. So I'm going to click on this one. Okay. So this is what I want to do now, and I'm just going to click on this one more time. So I am now here. This is where I have to be. So now the first thing I want to do here is, from our slide here, we're supposed to create a Google form. Okay, now we are here for Google form now. So this is just what I want to do now. I want to go to my Google form, and I'm going to create an account, and then I'm going to create a form. So I'm going to go to forms.google.com. Okay, I'm here now, and I'm going to click on blank form so that I can actually just create my form. So I'm going to call it a name. I'm going to call it make.com automation service. Yeah, so we are going to assume that people are coming to order this service from us. So the next I want to do is to just go straight to the point. I don't want to waste any much time here. So I just want to go straight to the point and start with the question. So the first question I want to ask is, what is your full name? And here it's going to be a short answer. So I'm going to click on short answer, and I'm going to make sure that this is required. When you click on required, it means that if they don't respond to this, they cannot resubmit the form. And this is very compulsory if you really want to get the best response from people, right? Yeah. So I want to add another question, which is going to be done by clicking here. See here, click here now, and the next thing I want to ask is, uh, what is your WhatsApp number? Yes, because we have to do this because we want to be sure that our customers are going to give us all details that are going to allow us to be able to get to them and deliver the product and make our money, right? So it's going to be a required question. And then the next is going to be the email address. What is your email address? Okay, so this is going to be a short answer, and I'm going to make it what compulsory or required. Then the next thing is I want to talk about the products. What service are you ordering? Okay, so let me say when I want to say what service are you interested in. Okay, and then of course this is going to be I want to make it a multi-choice so that you can just select one. Or let's even say they're going to be able to select checkboxes. Yeah, so they can be able to check one or two options, right? So I would say make.com. This is going to be automation, service. Then I can also have staff, maybe training. Then I can also call another service and I would say maybe workspace setup slash automation. That could be our uh, available services. So I'm going to make this compulsory. So now this is my form. Okay, this is just a form, and to make this viewable for anyone that is coming in, I have to do what? I have to publish this. So I can click here, and I'll be able to publish it. But before then, I need to make sure that people with the form can be able to actually, see what is going on in the form. So I'm going to click this manage, and I'm going to come down here and I'm going to say anyone with the link here, and I'm going to come down to the bottom again and say anyone with the link. Okay, so at this point I can click on done. This form is okay for publication. So you can see that I've just published it now. The next thing I want to do is to name the form. So I'm going to name the form like this. Okay, and then I am going to have to actually set up the form so that the response can go to my Google Sheets. So I'm going to click here and say link to Google Sheets, and yes, it's going to create a new spreadsheet on my Google Drive account. So I'm going to click here and I'll click on create, right? So you can see that right now, this has actually taken me to my Google Sheet now, and it is showing that this here is my form, right? This is my this one now is the responses from my form, and you can see that it's gotten no responses yet. So the next thing I want to do is I want to make this I want to make this a header. I want to create form header here. I want to create a form header, and to do that, I need to drag this up here, and then after a while I need to bring it down a bit so I can bring it here and leave it here. So this one now forms a form header. Okay, so now I'm done with creating the form and connecting it to Google, connecting it to Google Sheet. So the next is to go back to my make.com and then authenticate or create a connection between make.com and my Google form. So here I want to come to this search here and type, and I want to type in Google form. Yeah, you can see this is Google form. Okay, so I need to click on more. When I click on more now, you can see that I'll come down here and I can see watch responses. So this actually tells make.com to watch the responses on a particular form and then take further actions from there. So I'm going to click on watch responses, and you can see that it is asking me to create a connection. So this means that I have to create a connection from make.com to my Google form. And then I need to authenticate this by connecting my Google account to make.com. So let's do this. So I'm going to click on create a connection, and you can see that here it says connection name. I can call it anything I like here. Let me say, okay, let me call it my Google connection, right? I think that's cool. Okay, now the next thing is to click on this here to sign into my Google account. So I'll click here now, and I need to select which account I wish to connect to Make. So the account I'm connecting is the account that has my form on it. So this is the account, right? So I've done that now, and I'm going to click on continue. All right. So now the next thing you want to do is come down here to the bottom and you click on continue once again. Correct. So let us go back and be able to confirm that actually we are doing this. Oh, okay. I think there is a little bit of mistake here. I need to go back and disconnect this because that is not the form, that is not the account I am looking to connect. So I need to come back here and I need to select this account. Okay, that is the account where the form I created is located. So I'm going to click on continue and I'm going to click on allow. Yeah, and at this point I can now say that my account has been connected. So this is the account I'm going to work on, and I'm going to open the form ID. That's the next thing I have to do here. So you can see that we have form ID now. Now, how do you get the form ID from Google Form? So I need to go back to my form here. Yeah, and this is the form I created earlier. This is, these are now this is just the form here. Now, when you get to the form, you need to copy this entire link here, and then you open your notepad and then you paste it here. This is just because I believe you are a basic, or maybe you're a new learner and you don't know how to do things advancedly. So I can come here now and I'm going to highlight from just before the edit. I'm going to highlight the letter there and then take it down to before the last slash. I'm going to copy this. Okay, so I'm going to come to my make.com and I'm going to paste this here. Okay, you can see now I've pasted this. Now the next thing is to click on save. So that means that I've actually done what? I've actually just connected the form. Okay, so now I can now say save. Okay, so now that we've done that, the next thing is to actually do the next thing is to do what? Is to try to test what if what we actually did is functional. Okay, now how do we test? We need to click on run once, but before you click on run once, you can actually just go ahead and click on run once and then see if it shows green. It will, it has to show a green here for you to know that what you did is correct. So I'm going to click on run once. Let's see. You can see that actually, the form actually worked because you can see that it is good here. So now let us go to the next one now, and we're going to connect our sheet. So I'm going to click on this plus once again here to add a scenario. So I'm going to call it Google Sheet. You can see Google Sheet here. Yeah. So now this is our Google Sheet, and here what we are trying to do here is to have this Google form update or create a new role in our Google Sheet. That means that now whenever somebody fills the form, it's going to actually create a new role in our Google Sheet. So I'm going to click on add a role, right? And here it's asking me to select an account, and I'm going to click here and I'll select this account where my Google form and my Google Sheet I want to work with is located. So I'll click here now, and it's going to ask me say update connection to the blah blah blah. I'm going to click here and say continue because I have to authenticate it once again. So I'll click here once again and I'm going to click on continue and I'm going to click on allow. Okay, because we are giving the Google access for Make to be able to do things in our Google Sheet. So next is to to specify where our Google Sheet is located. So it's going to be in our drive, and then if you come here, you're going to see the name of the form that we actually have to work with. So you can see that the form that we want to work with, or the sheet that we want to work with, is the make.com automation sheet. This is the Google Sheet here. So we have to what? We just have to put it there. Okay, so this is just it. And then it's asking us for the sheet name. The sheet names here simply means that, okay, now we are, you can see that we have one sheet here. So this is just one sheet. So if you have another sheet, maybe you can come here to add another sheet. You can actually have another sheet here at the bottom, but we have just one. So we need to come back here and we say, okay, the sheet name is just what? Form responses one. You can see the same thing is here, form responses one here at the bottom. So we can go back now and confirm it that is what? Form responses one. Okay, so it's asking table contains headers. Yes, this is head. Now this is correct because we already configured this before now. So the next thing we're going to do is to click on save. Okay, now that we've clicked on save, the next thing we want to do is to test or to run to check if actually this can work for us. So I'm going to click on run once again. Let's see, this one is green. What about this one? Let me run it one more time. So I'll click on this now. Let's see. This one is not working. What is the problem? So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to say run this model only. Okay, you can see that actually this actually run correctly. You can see it runs so well. So you can see initialized operation was successful, and then it committed, and then it finalized. So that actually was what it was correct. So you can see that as we are doing this now, you can see that we have here, we have used one one stuff here. We have actually used one node here, and this is our node 1 and then node 2. These are all called scenarios. Okay, so if I click here now, I can see add another module. So sorry, this actually is a scenario, but a scenario makes up with what? So many modules. So I'm going to click here. If you want to add any time, you want to add a module, click on this plus here. So I'm going to click here to do what? To add another module. So the module I want to add next is the email module. Okay, so I'm going to click here on the search, and I'm going to say what? Email. Okay, so this is email, but I need to send an email. So I'm going to click here to click send an email. Okay, now I have to connect my make to an email address. So I'm going to click here to create a connection between here and my email. So I'm going to click on what connection type, and I'm going to call it you know order, and then I'm going to come back here and then leave this at this. Then I'm going to come back here and then select on the email, on the email whatever, on the email provider. Okay, so I'm going to select either Hotmail, Outlook, and all of that. So I'm going to click on Outlook. Then I'm going to say the email address I'm going to specify here. Okay, and then my full name is going to be Richard N. Or let me just put Mr. Once. That can be my full name. Then username is what? Mr. Once. Then the password is. I'm not going to say my password. What do you think? So I'm going to click on save and see if it's going to work. So I think it worked. It's going to create a connection on its own here. It's going to create a connection. Now it's failing. No problem. So let's see. Let's try this and see if it's worked. If it doesn't work, then we need to actually do that on our own manually. Okay. It's not working. So I'm going to try it one more time. I'm going to click here once again, and I'm going to click here and say order. Okay, let me come back here and click on, let me click on this, and then everything here stays, and I'm going to go with this. Let's see. Does it work this time? It's supposed to work this time. It's still not working. Okay, so what works is that you're going to come here and then you're going to click on Microsoft SMTP IMAP OAUTH, and yes, this is what we're going to be using. And I'm going to click on this save, and then it's going to take us to where we're going to log into our Microsoft account, because I just want to use that to do this, because you cannot use a Gmail account there, so you have to use Microsoft accounts. I'm going to log in here, which is this and this, and next is for me to actually enter my password. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to enter my password is this, and of course I'm going to enter it one more time. You can see now that it's going to get me in. So it says keep having to sign in every time. I'll say yes. Okay, let's see what's going to happen next. It's going to give us access. I think we've already connected now. Yeah, we are connected now. So it says save messages after sending. I don't want that to happen. So here I'm going to click on here to be able to like actually update my details. Okay, so how this works is that we are going to have this email, pick out the receiver's details from our form here. You know that we have a form here, right? So this form is going to provide this email all that it needs to work efficiently. So I'm going to need to click on this store. You can see that it says add a recipient here. I'm going to click here, and I'm going to click in this box here, and you can see that here we have form recipient. See, you see responder email here, but I'm not going to use. I'm going to go down here to the bottom. You can see that we have what is your email address. So you see that there is a small triangle. You click on it, and then come down to the grid and do what? Click on it one more time, and I'm sorry, I need to go and do something with the form. So this is the form here. I need to copy the form and then try to fill it. So I'll open the form in a new tab and I'm going to just fill it up so that you can see what we're going to be getting there. So I will do what? I'm going to say, okay, what is your name? I'll say my name is, of course, it's going to be Richard, and my WhatsApp number is going to be like this. Okay, just something to work with. And then my email address is going to be this. Okay, and then the next thing is that what do I want to order? Maybe I want to say, maybe I want to order make.com automation service, and I'm going to say, okay, submit. Okay, now let us see if actually this thing is working, right? So we have, now we have a new response here. We have a new response from Richard and all of that. So let me go to my sheet now and see if actually the stuff came on. And yes, it came in. You can see that here we have the name, we have the WhatsApp number, and every other thing that we have, that we needed is being supplied here, right? So that means that actually this automation here did what? It worked, right? It worked. So let us now go and then finalize this our sending here. So here we're going to click on what this now, okay, and we need to actually refresh this because we now need to get what we need here. So we are going to come to where it says email address here. We're going to open it one more time. Go to click on this and go to click on feedback here, and we're going to click on, you see, text answer. Click on this and you can see here we have answers here and then the value. Yes, so that's what we're going to work with now, because that is, you see, the value is what we're going to be putting in there because it's what they are going to use to send us the email or to send out the message that we are sending to our customer. And then here is what are we going to title this mail. Okay, so we can say, okay, thank you for your order. Okay, because of course you know that it's going to be a thank you message because that is what we have been built to what to do. So it's going to be a thank you email, and then so on and so forth. So now the next thing is is to specify the kind of message we are going to send to our customer. I don't have an HTML email type, but if you have an HTML code or template for your mails, you can actually do that and then paste it there. But I want to use a plain text. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to come to this content here. Here, I want to specify what the message is going to be like. So I'm going to say, dear. Now, dear, I need to personalize this. Okay, so I'm going to put the person's name. So as it says dear, I want to put, you see here where I have what is your full name. I'm going to click on the triangle next to it. I'm going to click on grade, and I'm going to click on feedback here, and I'm going to come to the, you see text answers here. Click here, and then answers, and then value. So I'm going to put that as the person's name. Okay, then I'm going to come down a bit here. I'm going to say, okay, we have received your order with the following details. Okay, now what are the details? The details are like this. You know, this one is name. So this is going to pull out the name of the customer. So where we have the name here, we still have to come and put what, click on the value once again so that the name can be what on the form. Then next is to put what the person actually orders. We're going to say maybe item ordered. Then we're going to come to this response again, and we're going to go to the to the service ordered, and we're going to click on this, on the grade, and then the feedback, and the text answer, and the answers, and we're going to click on value. Yeah, so that is it now. So this one is actually service ordered here. Call it service ordered. Okay, and then we can now come to the bottom and click on what and say, okay, thanks for trusting us with your resources. Yeah, so this is actually a kind of what a simple response. We don't want to spend so much time there. And then the next thing is that we are going to what, we're going to save this stuff and then see if it's going to work. So we're going to save this. Okay, we've saved that now. The next thing here is actually to test to see if if it's going to work. So I'm going to click on this. You can actually right click on this, and when you right click on it, now you need to do what? Say run this module only. Let's see. Will it work? Let's click on OK and check. Okay, now it's failing. You say the parameter 2 is not working, so we need to go back and check on that. Okay, so we need to go back here. This is our parameter 2, so we need to change this to something else. Okay, so I'm going to remove all this, and I'm going to go back to respondent email here. See respondent email here? I'm going to click this. Yeah, I'm going to click that, and then let's see. So I'm going to save this now. Then I'm going to run it to see if it's going to run. So I'm going to run this module only. Let's see. It's still not going to work. Oh my god. What is that problem? Okay. Okay. We're still getting a bug here. It's still not able to work yet. But then I want to just try and test all what I have here and see if it's going to work for me correctly. So I'm going to click on this. Let me click on save to save the scenario, and I'm going to try to run this and see if it's going to work. Okay, these two worked, but then this last one here is not working. Let me try one more time and see if it's going to work. So I'm going to click on this to open it one more time, and it says the subject is okay, plain text we have here, and so on and so forth. Okay, so it says that, and what I want to do now is to go back and see what actually is going on here. Let me log into my mail and check if actually the first stuff actually came to my mail. So I'm going to go to my mail here. I'm going to click on what gmail.com, and let me check if it came up, right? So this is not the mail I'm expecting. Let me check here. I didn't get anything, so no problem. We just have to go back and check one more time. So I am back here now, and I want to make sure that this thing actually works. Okay, so I'm going to come back here and let's see something here. Is something wrong here? Okay, now let me do something. I'm going to put a 2 here. Let me put an email here. So I'm going to put I'm going to put an email address here. Let me put an email address. I'm going to use this, and then I'm going to click on save, and then let me now run this and see if it's going to work. So I'm going to click and say run this module only. So let's see, will it work now? Of course it's working. Voila, it's going to work. You can see that first stage initialized operation was successful, the commit was successful, and then the finalization was successful. Let me now go back to my mail and see if I got a delivery. So I got here, came to my mail here, and then check. Yes, you can see that we are here now, right? So you can see that it says there your name. We have received the order with the following details: the name, order, say the service order, and all of that. So that means that actually we what our stuff actually saved. So it came up, so we are good to go. It came up, right? We are good. So I can now go back to my form and see what's going on here. Let me go to my Google Drive and see drive.google.com and see. Sometimes this can actually be very, very buggy. Make.com actually can be very buggy. If you don't really have control over it, you should hire a professional for that. So we can see that I'm now here, and everything here is good. Everything here is good. The best thing now is to see how I can be able to resolve that issue, because yes, our our simulation actually worked. Let me see. I will open this again, and I'm going to go back here. The issue I'm having is from here, so I'm going to click on this respondent email here, and let's see something if it will work one more time. Okay, I'm going to click on save now, and I'm going to simulate this one more time. Say run this remote, just run this alone and see. It's failing. So that is where the problem is. The problem is in this place here. We need to find what the problem is, and then do what? Put it correctly. So I'm going to remove all this here, and then I'm going to come down to this, what is email address. Click on this, click on, I think it's going to be text answers. I'm going to click on answers, and I'm going to put this value. Yeah. Then I'm going to save now, and then let me run this and see. Let me run. Will it run now? Let's see. Oh, it didn't work again. The same parameter, right? Say parameter blah blah blah, failed. So that is just where the error is. We still need to what, work on it and see how we can actually resolve this. Oh my god. But then you never want to lose your hope, right? Because you know you're still going to be able to find it, right? You just have to keep trying. You get to see what the error is and then fix it up. So let me try one more time. I'll just go to what is your email address, and I'll go to grade, and I'll go to feedback, and I'm going to go to text answers, and I'm going to click on answers, and I'm going to click on value. I think, let's see, save. Now, will it work now? Let me try this. So let me run it again. Will it work now? Okay, it didn't work. Okay, so let's assume that this actually is meant to send a mail to one of the people that we are working with. Maybe you should send a mail to the boss, right? So we can come here now and we are going to remove this here because that is not working for us. We're going to remove this here and we're going to put our boss email there. So let me put my boss email. So we can say our boss email is, let's call it, let's call our boss email is, let's say this. Okay, so we have not specified our boss email. We can still put a comma there and maybe put our branch manager's email. So let me put that we are going to send this email to, okay, okay, this is actually at gmail.com. Okay, so we're going to do what? We're not going to save this, but before that, I want to actually go down and specify the sender because I want it to be something that will look professional. Okay, so I will come back here and I will say, okay, the sender is, the sender is, the sender is, I can say, okay, fast giddy tutorials. Let's call it tutorials, right? And I'll do what? Save here. Okay, and then let me now save and try to do this one more. Okay, see now you say the value is not a valid email address, right? Which one is on a valid email address? Okay, this one here is not one, so I need to like save that up. So I think we are now good. Let me save. Still not working. Okay, fine. Let us use one email address to save time. Okay, so let's now save there, and then let us run it one more time and see if it works. So let's run it, and I'll click on OK, and of course it's going to run. Yeah, so it's going to be able to send a mail to our boss telling them that there is a what? There is actually a new delivery for us, right? So let me go now and check. Let me go to Gmail and check once again. So this is our boss email here. Let's see. Did we get a message? Yeah, of course we did get a message. Yeah, we got a message that this, and that. So yeah, we are good, right? But the thing is that it's still not able to collect, the details like like the name of the customer and then the order we see. But at least you get the jig, right? So let us go back now, and then we're going to now do the next one, which is to connect, you know, the whole stuff to an Slack account. So I'm going to click here now and I'm going to say add a module, right? And for this now, I need to connect this to this. So this is a router. It's going to actually connect it here. So I'm going to click here now. So I've already connected it here. And the next is to what? Is to create a connection to the Slack channel I wish to use. But first, we're going to connect the Slack account. So I'm going to click on this plus here. And I'm going to type Slack here. So you can see that we have Slack here. So we need to come to show more. And here we need to click what say, we need to click on say send, or we need to click on say send a channel message. Okay. Or send a channel message. Say pin a message. No, that's not what we want to do. So we're gonna say okay, come here, you can say okay, let's say create a message, right? We're gonna create a message. Okay, let's see. I just want to be sure that I want to know that I'm doing the right thing for you guys to understand better. I'm supposed to send a message to a particular channel, but let us say, let us send a private message. Okay, Or let us say get a public channel message. Nah, I don't want that. So I want to create a message, right? So I'm going to click here, say create a message. And for me to do that, I need to create a connection between here and my Slack account. I need to click here to create a connection, and I'm going to call here to call it what? Slack user. And here I need to what? Maintain Slack user here, and I'll do what? Click on save. Now it's going to connect to my Slack account. My Slack account, you can see it here. So I need to click on this and come down here to what? To confirm what I want to do. So I need to click on allow. Okay. It will connect my Slack account and possibly list all my channels. So enter channel ID name or blah blah blah. So I need to click here and I need to what? I need to say okay, select from the list. Now which list here? You can see that I have Slack list here. You can come here to I can say okay, public channel. I say private channel or direct message. I need to click on public channel, right? So which of the channel am I going to send this to? So I'll come down here and I want to send it to the beverage, to the digital beach April class channel. So I'm going to click here now and then what is the text? I'll come here and I'll say, okay, hi all, because everybody is there. Okay, hi all, we have a new order from, then here I want to enter the customer details here. So I'll come here and I'll select okay. I'll need to specify the customer full name. Okay, let's see this. It's gonna be text answers. I'll come here and then value. And then item. Say okay, service ordered. Need to specify it here and I'll click on this now. Then I'll come down to where he says he ordered this service, click here and then go down to the grade, go down to the feedback, go down to the text answers, click on the answers and then click on value, and then I can now have something here. So this can be my possible messages. I'll click on what? Save. Okay, at least you get the jig. So now I need to test this and see if it's actually going to run. Let me click on this and see. Will it run? I think it's run very well. So you can see that this one ran, this ran, this ran, and then this one. So we are good here. So first I want to do is that I want to go and open my Slack channel now. So I'm going to click on Slack and open my Slack account. This is my Slack account. I'm going to launch it. And when I launch now, I need to specify that I want to view this Slack channel on the browser. And I've done that. Okay. So this now is where I want it to be now. Okay, you can see that the message actually dropped here. Yes, we actually got a message here. So that means that our automation actually is correct. So I'm going to go back to my form now. This is my form. I'm going to copy it again and I'm going to fill it up here with another detail. So I'm going to open the form here. Okay, and I'm going to say, okay, my name is Gargun. Or let me just say my name is Johnson Mike, maybe say Michael. Okay, then here can be my WhatsApp number. I'll just call it 00123. Then email address can be anything. Let us call it, let us say that the email address is going to be freshtravs@gmail, like this. And then what am I going to order? I'm going to order self-training. I'm going to click on what? Submit. Okay, now I've submitted this. Now let us see if actually the automation worked. So if I come here, I should be able to see an automation message here. Let's see, will it come? It's supposed to come. Supposed to be having two messages here, right? So let's see now if it's going to work. So now I can now come here to my automation here and I'm going to save this work because I think I'm done with everything here. So I will say what? I will say save now. You can see that the scenario has been saved and then I'm going to run this. So let me run this. Okay, this is working. This is working and then this is working. You can see that it's just showing green here. You can see green, green. You can see green here, right? So the router actually should, it's not supposed to be showing anything green. But then when we come here and you can see that we have gotten another message and say what? Say we have a new order from. Of course, you could not speak out the name and then the service ordered. It should have stated here. Then let us go and check our sheet. And of course, the sheet actually did what? The sheet actually updated. You can see that the sheet said John Michael and then the number and all of that. So yes, this actually is how to create a make.com automation that is going to actually help you in your sales and in your business. So yes, remember that you are going to have to share this with other people. You know, encourage people to like our channel. And if you have any question, don't forget to use the comments to let us know what your question is. Do well to subscribe, and then see you in another time. Bye bye.